almost lost a presenter then.
Look at that, lovely little queenie. Straight in, well done.
In it goes. That's a lovely little queenie.
Beautiful.
And we can pop it straight back and look for some more.
I'll let him go next to his mate.
His mate's long gone. It's long gone.
Oh, he's off.
Well done, mate. That's a good capture.
Well done.
This place, honestly, if you come to the Kimberley, don't forget about the East Kimberley, because the bush camp at Faraway Bay, and Steve in particular, if there's fish here, he'll find them. Well, there's always fish here.
That's it.
Growing up in Fremantle, fishing out of Coburn Sound was how I cut my teeth. I started my land-based fishing at Woodman Point, and when I got my first boat, I also started fishing out from Woodies. Even today, the fishing offshore of Freo is still first class. There's some fantastic GPS coordinates on the fishingwa.com website, and this is one of them, Sambo Reef, and I'm here with Nick today from Urban Angler. Nick, what sort of stuff are we going to get on this reef?
Well, it could be anything today, Steve, but I'd have to say that some Samson fish could be on the cards.
Yeah, I've caught skippy here, I've caught snapper and plenty of Samson fish. That's why I call it Sambo Reef. We're going to get some drift baits in the water and some burley. We'll show you how it's done. I said we're drift fishing. That means just floating down a muley on a set of gangs. I've got 4 Kirby 5.0s, a little sinker, and that's an 80-pound 10X coated mono leader tied onto my main line with a double uni knot. Quite a long leader because there's all sorts of fish here. And on here, I'm going to put a muley. A lot of people ask me, how do you bait up a muley correctly? Follow me down here, I'll show you. The key to it is measurement. I measure my hooks to the muley. Start with one in the tail, sew it through the backbone like that. Sew another one, keeping it nice and straight. Sew another one, and the final one in the eye or just in the head, gently through, and there you go. You've got a nice straight baited muley for beach fishing, ocean fishing, whatever you need. Okay, I said we were drift fishing, and what that means is I've got my pen here in the rod holder with the ratchet on, and I'm just drifting the bait out the back, not anchoring it to the bottom, because we're burleying, and the fish will swim up the burley trail and they'll find your bait and run off with it. So we leave it either in free spool or a little bit of drag pressure, but that's it. And that's where the lever drag is ideal, because when the fish comes in and hits, you go bang, hook up, you're on, we hope. Nick's doing what we call cubing up. He's putting burley in the water that are just pieces of muley. In a trail, fish are going to swim up it, not just big fish, but little fish. So, have a look at this. I've just got a tiny little #2 wide gap hook there. Uvella, they're great. Little bean sinker, I've tied it to my main line, and that's just for any skippy or anything else that comes up. And I'll drift that down next to my big rod. Of course, the last thing you want is something big to actually grab this one. Hopefully that won't happen. Whoa, Nico! This is a good fish. He's, of course, the biggest fish of the day so far decides that it's going to come and have a go at the smallest bait. That's why you always have a little one down there, and I tell you what, have a listen to this. It's going. Oh, yeah. No head shakes. It's a good fish. Good fish on the light gear. Use the rod. See, I'm using the rod to wear the fish out. Woo! It's a reasonable old fish. What do you reckon, Nico? What is it?
I don't know, that could be a decent sort of a skippy, I think.
If it's a skippy, it's certainly fighting hard. Getting some line back. Bit of a loop of line there. Bit of a heart attack. He's going out. It's got Sambo written all over it, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Take my line alarm off now. You shouldn't fight fish with that line alarm on because it'll wear it out, but just so you can hear at home what it's doing, I like to give you a listen. Now, I've got him up. I've probably got 30 metres to go here. The fact that it's coming up easy suggests to me it may not be a Samson fish, but fairly well beaten. You see anything down there, mate?
Yeah, I've got some colour down there now, Steve.
Have we? Thank goodness for that.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
no, I'm starting to
Sambo.
hurt. It's a Samson fish. Wow. Samson fish on 6 kilo line. It's not an easy thing. It's not massive, but it's a pretty good fish. Hello. Look at that. That's a big bit of colour. Whew. Hello, Mr. Samson fish. Well, I do call this Sambo Reef, and with good reason. That's not a bad effort on the old bait caster. That's a bit of an early morning workout. And have a look, if you don't mind. Keep him up. Right, Nick, I'll give you a hand. Look at this. That's the hook. Little hook drifting down for Skippy. You fight them gently, it's amazing what you can achieve with tiny gear. We'll get that hook out, we'll get him back in the water. There you have it. That's about an 8 kilo Sam.